Hello everyone, my name is Holden Hardman. Thank you so much for joining me again for another video. I asked Jeremy last week if he would join me in a episode 6 review and reaction of WandaVision. That did fairly well. It wasn't too tedious on our part to come together and do that. So we're going to do it again with episode 7. Just like last time, this is going to be more of a review than it is a reaction. However, just like last time, I asked Jeremy to go ahead and just film his reaction while watching it, just because there might be something very significant that I want to get our reaction to. The My Friend Watches of episode 6 and episode 7 will be next week because we're filming this coming up Sunday. Episode 8 of WandaVision will actually be out the day before we release the My Friend Watches of episode 6 and 7. So hopefully you'll enjoy watching that. The reaction to that will be much longer than it will be in these videos. Looking forward to getting into it. Jeremy and I had a good discussion last week. Hoping we have a good discussion again this week. I read online that the next 3 episodes, 7, 8, and 9, were supposed to be like an hour long. This is actually the same length as episode 6. So let's get into it. WandaVision episode 7.
Been waiting for this all week long. Very excited. This is the Modern Family one.
Intentionally expanding the borders of the false world we created.
Hexes all over the patterns on her blanket.
Mom, are you coming down soon?
I love this kind of camera mockumentary style zooms and stuff. Oh.
Who's the kid?
Missing kids.
It's probably just a case of the Mondays. Am I right?
It's all Wanda this time.
Oh, The Office.
Ah, there we go.
Yep. Man.
Looks pretty cool.
Lucky for us, she pumped the brakes.
I think I'm supposed to hate that guy way more than I do.
It's daylight, and seeing him in his suit, it just looks so good. Oh, there goes the aspect ratio. Back to TV.
Have you seen your dad? Well, if he doesn't want to be here, there's nothing I can do about it.
She's becoming an apathetic
Hey, Mom.
bum. I can relate.
Everything is meaningless.
Oh, that's depressing.
You're welcome to draw your own conclusion. Okay, so maybe I went a little too dark there. But they'll be
Very
fine.
apathetic.
Vision is literally inherited tough skin. I'd get up, but I just don't want to. Go with Agnes.
I promise I won't bite. I actually did bite a kid once.
Oh, problems. Glitches in the Matrix.
Hayward wasn't decommissioning Vision. He was trying to bring him back online. That's why he was so focused on tracking Vision inside
there's something
the
else
Hex.
going on with him. I don't know if he's just like a corrupt sword agent or what, but there's something more there.
People were saying this is going to be Reed Richards or something. I think it's pretty cool.
Fine, I'll go out with you, but I'm ordering the lobster.
There we go.
To Darcy Lewis, I intercepted a communication regarding your work.
He's not going anywhere.
Ooh.
Hey, got him.
Let's roll. Great.
Always
Always.
check under the hula girl skirt.
I don't understand what's happening.
Maybe this is what you deserve.
What?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
You're not supposed to talk.
Oh, that was creepy.
It's because it's quiet.
He's gonna say some creepy stuff here, I can tell.
You're quiet, Agnes.
Oh.
Do you think my mom's okay?
She's super mom.
Like literally.
You try telling a 10-year-old that his mother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Ooh. Come on. Oh, it's gonna blow.
Oh, wow.
Watch out! Monica, no!
Oh, cool.
I can't.
Your mom's lucky.
That's Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's gonna have some sort of role in this, I swear.
She a mutant? What?
What is happening?
She's like seeing it as a construct. This reminds
Jeremy,
me so
what's
much
happening?
of Annihilation. She can see energy. That is freaking cool.
Wanda is creating these impediments to stop me returning home.
Wow, he is breaking the fourth wall like crazy.
How did you get in here? Listen,
Oh, wow, she just came right on in.
Oh,
jeez.
look out.
Oh, God.
Superhero landing, baby.
do it then.
Ooh.
He wants. Don't let him make you the villain.
Maybe I already am.
What is up with Agnes?
Wanda,
Young
you have
lady, I think you overstayed your welcome.
Agnes.
Wanda, you have to take
Agnes
it down.
is definitely scheming.
What am I doing here? Sitting, talking to you. This is absurd. I need to get my wife.
Oh, jeez. So you're telling me that those things are canon in the MCU? Ugh.
It's just turned into a horror movie. Holy crap.
Where are the twins?
They're probably just playing in the basement.
Playing in the basement, that's kids too. Agnes.
Boys?
Look at that. It's like it just transformed into a full-on, it's like a Sam Raimi
Tommy?
movie. Perfect setup for Multiverse of Madness, who they're saying is a horror movie. No!
This is significant.
It's the freaking Necronomicon!
I can already tell.
No, I mean, I know it's not exactly.
Oh boy.
You didn't think you were the only magical
I knew
girl
it.
in town, did
We
you?
knew it.
Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
To the surprise of no one. Really is Agatha Harkness.
And I killed Sparky, too.
Oh wow. Oh god.
The dead dog callback.
Freaking
Love it.
episodes. I actually stopped recording until I realized there's a post-credit scene of this episode.
Snooper's gonna snoop.
Oh. Just finished watching episode 7 of WandaVision. Jeremy, man, what did you think?
It's wild. Oh man, there were so many theories that have been kicked around for the last couple of weeks, and we saw one of the major ones kind of play itself out in this episode.
Yes.
And I am happy that they've gone this direction. I could see and hear from certain people that I've already discussed this with that they seem a little bit disappointed that Agnes would end up being the primary antagonist, and they are still holding on to the idea that maybe there's somebody even behind her pulling the strings. Oh, spoilers, by the way. But yeah, it's just another awesome episode. And there's one thing that I instantly thought about you as we were watching it, because all the way at the very end, when the twins disappear and she says, oh, they're down in the basement, as Wanda starts walking down the basement, it totally switched tones to a horror movie. Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, this feels like a Sam Raimi movie. Maybe it's tying this to the Multiverse of Madness. And then boom, that magical book shows up, on that little display case. And I was just like, if Sam Raimi directed this segment, it would not surprise me at all. It had that vibe. So I'm really excited, man. What this show does well is balance disparate tones in a way that is seamless, and you would think it would be so freaking jarring to go from science fiction to horror to sitcom to comedy, but it's able to do all of it really well.
It bounces around super well. I like that what you said about the whole Sam Raimi sort of vibe. I don't think I verbalized it when I was watching on my end, but I looked at the book and I was like, I'm supposed to know what that is, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
and
it
somebody's
looked like
gonna
the Necronomicon to me.
It did. That's what it looked like to me as well. You mentioned like the tonal changes throughout. I think the MCU is one of the few, really the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that can balance out. Okay, this is kind of how this is a mockumentary comedy like The Office, and now we're going to go to suspense, some horror, comedy. It's just all over the place, but it works so well within the confines of the universe.
I'm wondering if you're a fan of Modern Family. I know you're a fan of The Office. We've talked a little bit about this stuff before.
Yes. I couldn't tell specifically which sitcom they were imitating. I thought Modern Family, but it's not that I'm not a fan of it. I just haven't really watched it.
Sure.
I recognized the theme of WandaVision seemed kind of like The Office in this case, even the kind of weird piano-y whatever instrument they use, I could hear it there. They even have Wanda and then Vision slide in just like in The Office.
I thought it was hilarious, man.
I did too.
When you watch me on this video, you're not going to see, I don't laugh a whole lot. It's not something I externally do, but there were definitely moments that I thought was very clever. And to your point, I feel like The Office is the godfather of all of those single cam interview style series. So that was the one that started it. Yes, and you can definitely feel some moments of a Vision that feel like Jim Halpert or something when he just deadpan looks into the camera. But I felt that Wanda's performance is very reminiscent of Julie Bowen, who plays the mother on Modern Family. So I feel like it was like a 50-50 split between the two without really being one or the other. But yeah, I agree with you. It was super funny at the beginning. And, Marvel is this crazy entity that's got so many disparate elements that they should create a cognitive dissonance. But in a world where Thor and the Hulk is, hanging out with the Winter Soldier and Captain America, it's like they've managed to make it all work. And prior to this episode, if you said, hey, Jeremy, what would you think if they started breaking the fourth wall in a Marvel series? I would say, man, that would ruin the MCU because we've gotten so invested. It feels like it would undermine it. At this point, it didn't even feel out of place or unusual.
That big moment, that big cliffhanger at the end of the episode. This one was definitely Agnes being Agatha Harkness or something like that. Mm-hmm. We have said, I think, I don't know from the beginning, but pretty early on that I don't know what's going on with her, but there's something about her from, all the characters that are in the town that's being identified, except for Agnes. Mm-hmm. There were rumors about Mephisto. So I don't know anything about Agatha Harkness from the comics. I don't. I just started reading House of M 2 nights ago. So I'm a few comics deep in that, but obviously that, the show and the MCU doesn't follow strictly to the comics, but it is cool to sort of see parallels of, Wanda giving birth in the comics and that being a fake, and Magneto and Professor X are trying to help her. Professor X being involved, being like, this isn't real, Wanda. I don't know if the House of M or however they're doing it does seem to be a great way to merge it, just from what I've read so far. But yeah, I'm just ready for more. I hate, literally, when it cut to credits, I was like, it was, God. All right, there's that post-credit scene with Quicksilver showing back up again.
I will not be there for that segment. I did not realize until afterwards. Somebody hit me up and we're like, did you see the post-credit scene? So I went back and watched it. And the way that I interpreted that is that Agnes, she has the purple eyes and she psychologically or, metaphysically inhabited Monica's body. So in the next episode, Monica's going to be under the spell of Agatha.
So I'm under the impression, we haven't even talked about Monica yet, how she came through. She kind of she didn't go toe to toe, but she withstood Wanda, kind of attacking her or trying to do stuff to her. They talked earlier about her genetics being different because she keeps going in, and about that possibly being like a way to unleash the mutant gene in her. So that's the way that I took that, but I don't know if it's actually Agatha that's manipulating her or temporarily empowering her to get past the barrier or whatever the case may be.
So at the post-credit scene is when you see Monica's eyes go purple as opposed to the blue that they are a little bit. I know, and I thought about that halfway through explaining it. There are two different things where her eyes do different colors in the episode, which is a little bit crazy. But yeah, to your point about her breaking through that barrier, is this opening the door for mutants, as a lot of people have been discussing, and even House of M is like the inverse of that. But or is this setting up Monica as the future Captain Marvel? Apparently she goes by Photon Captain Marvel. She's worn a couple different monikers in the comics, and I'm kind of torn about which direction it's going. I think I would prefer staying away from the X-Men for now, but I know I'm in the minority about that.
Well, they straight up had Carol Danvers dialogue in this episode talking to her. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying about the X-Men stuff. I don't want to jump into it too quickly, too abruptly, where it feels kind of awkward. I know in what I read of House of M, the Avengers and the X-Men met up to discuss, should we kill Wanda, and Captain America's like, under no circumstance, she's an Avenger. And then the X-Men are like, well, she's also a mutant, and so it's really interesting, like politics behind that, Anyway, that's all my thoughts for right now. I know we'll have My Friend Watches. We'll all kind of delve a little bit more deeply into it. Any last minute things you wanted to add?
No, I'm just excited to see where things go. I think the fact that the twins went missing at the end is going to be very, very significant in one way or another. So I'm trying to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. That's it. Make sure you check out Jeremy's channel, Movies Are Terrible. A link will be in the description below. Make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below letting us know your theories, what you think. What was the book? Did we miss anything or not talk about anything you wanted us to talk about? Let us know down below. Subscribe if you want to see more fun content like this. Consider joining my Patreon to get early access to select videos like this one. Actually, not like this one, because I'm going to try and release this as quick as possible, but other fun ones. As always, Jeremy and I, we appreciate you watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.